Hey everyone, welcome back to Monica's Study Space. I hope all of you are doing well. Today I am very excited because I am going to explain my Infosys offer letter in a simple way. Along with the offer letter, I also received two more important documents, the non-compete agreement and the information sheet. When I first opened this document, I noticed there were many pages and several legal terms. I know many freshers feel confused when they see these documents like this. When they see documents like this, that's why I decided to make this video. In this video, I won't read every sentence from the documents. Instead of, I will explain the important points in a simple way. Please remember that this explanation is based on the documents I received. If your offer letter is from a different year, role or recruitment process, some details may different. So always read your own documents carefully. So let's get started. So I want to tell one important thing. This video is for education purpose to help freshers understand the documents. Always refer to your own offer letter for the exact terms that apply to you. So this is the message what I got from Infosys. I only added this screenshot. In the official document, it contains the sensitive information, so that's why I put a screenshot. Before we start, let me quickly tell you what we will cover in this video. First, I will explain the basic details of the offer letter like role, joining date and location. Then we will discuss the training section because many freshers have questions about it. After that, we will look at salary benefits and the 1 lakh compensation clause. We will also talk about the notice period, background verification, the non-compete agreement and the documents you will need before joining. Finally, I will share a few practical tips that can help you avoid common mistakes during the joining process. Don't skip any section because each part contains information that could be important for you for your joining. This is the part 1 because it contains many information, so I am making a video like part 1, part 2 and so on. So let's get started. Now let's start with the actual offer letter. Whenever you receive an offer letter from any company, don't immediately jump to the salary section. The first thing you should do is verify these 4 details. The first one is a role. This is my role, system engineer. The first thing in my offer letter, the role is system engineer. The second is the designation. My designation is system engineer trainee. Many students get confused here. Then ask, am I a system engineer or a system engineer trainee? The simple answer is system engineer is a role I am being hired for. System engineering trainee is a designation I will have when I join. As a fresher, Infosys first provides a training before assigning employees to projects. That's why many fresh graduate offers include the word training. The next important details is the joining date. My joining date is 12th October 2026. This is the day I am expected to report to Infosys and begin my employment. Don't confuse the joining date with the date printed on the offer letter. Those are different. Finally, check your joining location. In my case, it's Mysore. This is the location where my onboarding and initial training are expected to begin. Before accepting any offer letter, always verify these 4 details carefully because they are among the most important pieces of information in the document. So let's move to the next slide. Before move to the training and salary, let's first understand one basic question. What exactly is an offer letter? What is an offer letter? What it means? Okay. Many freshers think an offer letter is a simply document that says congratulations, you got a job. But that's only one small part of it. An offer letter is an official employment document. Like it confirms that company is offering you a job, but it also explains the important rules, conditions, responsibilities that come with the job. In simple words, it is the document that tells you what the company expects from you and what you can expect from the company. For example, in my offer letter, it explains things like my role, joining date, training, salary, leave, notice period, and many other important policies. Many students make one common mistake. They open the offer letter immediately, go to the salary page, check the package, and then click accept. But later they realize there were important conditions they never read. My advice is simple: before accepting offer letter, any offer letter, not just Infosys but any company, take some time to read the important section. Don't need to understand every legal word, but you should understand the major points that affect your job. That's exactly why I am making this video, to explain those important points in simple way. So let's look at the next. At first glance, many students skip the main page because they think it's just a welcoming message. But think, this page tells us something important about Infosys as a company. Infosys, okay, Infosys is welcoming new employees and explaining what kind of work culture they want to create. The company says that technology industry changes very quickly. Like now, programming languages, new tools, new technologies keep coming every day. So instead of expecting employee to know everything already, Infosys encourages people to keep learning throughout their career. The welcome message also talks about the career growth. This means your learning doesn't stop after college. Once you join the company, you will continue learning through training, project experience, and a new technology. Another important point is teamwork. In college, many of us work on projects with just few classmates, but in the company, you will work with larger teams, different departments, and sometimes even people from different countries. That's why communication, collaboration, and professionalism become very important. Infosys also talk about trusted relationships. Since Infosys works with clients around world, the company expects employees to be honest, responsible, and professional while working with customers. So even though this page doesn't contain a legal rules, it tells us what kind of employee Infosys want us to become. So now let's understand one of the most common doubts among the freshers. When I received my offer letter, I noticed two different terms. One is role and the other one is designation. My role is system engineer, but my designation is system engineer trainee. So what is the difference? It is actually very simple. Mm, think of a role as a type of work that company is hiring for, and in my case, Infosys is hiring me to work as a system engineer. Now let's look at the designation. Since I am joining as a fresher, my starting designation is system engineer trainee. Why? Because Infosys first wants new employees to complete the training before they start working on customer project. This is common in many IT companies. Uh, every students uh, every students comes from a different college and has a different level of knowledge. Some students are good at Java, some know Python, and some are stronger in theory than practical work. So instead of sending everyone directly to projects, Infosys first provides a training so that everyone reaches a common professional standard. That's why you see the word trainee in the designation. One more important thing, don't think that the word trainee means your job is temporary or that you are not real employee. It's not like that. In simply means you are in the learning phase before taking on project responsibilities. Don't worry if your offer letter says system engineer training. It's normal part of joining process for freshers. So next, now let's talk about two very important details in the offer letter: my joining date and my joining location. In your case, your joining letter and your joining date and location. In my offer letter, the joining date is 12th October 2026. This is the date on which I am expected to report to Infosys and officially begin my employment. One common mistake students make is confusing the offer letter issue with the date of date of joining. They are different. The issue date is when Infosys sent the offer letter, while the joining date is when you actually start your job. I got the offer letter on the date of 6th July 2026, and my joining date is October 12, 2026. In my offer, the joining location is Mysore. Many freshers think if many joining location is Mysore, I will always work in Mysore, but that's not what the offer letter says. The offer letter clearly mentioned that Infosys many may transfer Infosys may transfer Infosys must transfer employees to another unit, another department, an affiliate office, or even a customer location depending on the business requirements. So, what does the business requirements means? If you guys actually think what does the business requirement means, it's simple. It means the company decides where employees are needed based on the projects and the client work. For example, you may complete your training in Mysore, but later your project could be in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, Chennai, or any other city. If your project requires you to work from different location, the company may ask you to relocate. This is common in IT industry, so my advice is simple: when join any IT company, keep an open mind about the relocation. Don't assume you will stay in one city throughout your career. Also, before accepting your offer, make sure you are comfortable with this possibility because it is clearly mentioned in the document. I hope you understood. So next, let's move on one of the important section of offer letter: training. Many freshers ask, why do we need training? We already completed 4 years of engineering. That's very common question. According to offer letter, Infosys explains that freshers have academic knowledge from college, but they may not have the technical, practical, management and communication skills needed to work independently on a company projects. That's why the company provides training. So let me explain with a simple example. Imagine 5 students join Infosys together. One student knows Java very well, another knows Python, and someone else is good at web development. Another student is focused mostly on theory. So everyone has different strengths. Now the company cannot directly assign all of them to client projects because they don't all have the same level of practical experiences, right? That's where training comes in. Infosys first teaches everyone um, the skills required for working in a company. You can think of training means you can think of training as a bridge between college and your first professional project. The company wants everyone to reach a common standard before working with clients. So don't think training means you are weak, you don't know nothing. Nothing. Don't like that. Don't think like that. It's simple. It simply means the company is preparing you for real work. My advice is take the training seriously, attend every session, practice regularly, ask questions whenever you don't understand something. The better you perform during the training, the more confident you feel when you start working on actual projects. Now that we know why Infosys provides training, let's understand what actually happens during training. According to my offer letter, the training may include classroom training, virtual training, and on the job training. The duration depends on the company business requirements. Let me explain one in a simple way. Classroom training means you will learn through instructor led sessions. This could include technical concepts, company processes, or other topics the company wants to understand. The company wants you to understand, okay? Virtual training means some learning may happen online through digital platforms depending on the company's plan. Some sessions may be conducted virtually. On the job training means learning while working in a professional environment. Instead of only studying theory, you learn how work is actually done in the company. One important point is that the offer letter does not promise a fixed training duration. It clearly says that duration depends on the business requirements. So different batches or roles may have different training schedules. The main purpose of all this training is to prepare freshers to work professionally and confidently before they are assigned to customer projects. My advice is simple. Don't think of training as another college semester. This is your opportunity to build your practical skills, understand how the company works, and prepare yourself for your career. If you attend sessions regularly, complete your learning, and stay engaged, you will get much more value from the training. Classroom training, virtual training, on the job training. Learn new skills, complete training, participate actively, prepare for projects, meet company standards, and you will definitely select it for the full-time opportunity, full-time role in the Infosys. Okay, now let's discuss the session that almost every fresher searches on the YouTube, the 1 lakh compensation clause. Many students hear about this from friends or social media and immediately think, is this a bond? Instead of relying on rumors, let's look at what the offer letter actually explains. Before mentioning 1 lakh amount, the Infosys first says the company spends significant time, money, trainers, resources, and effort on selecting freshers and providing training. Like Infosys is saying, like, we invest in training new employee before they start working on projects because um, because of the investment. The offer letter includes the compensation clause. According to my offer letter, if an employee leaves the company before completing the probation period, compensation of 1 lakh may apply as described in the agreement. One important point I want everyone to understand is this: don't read only the amount. Read the complete clause carefully. The document explains why the company included this condition and also describes the situation connected to it. That's why it's important to understand the full section instead of focusing only on the number. My advice is simple: before accepting any offer, take a few minutes and read the important employment condition. If you don't understand, ask company HR if you have the HR mail, rather than relying on social media or hearsay. Don't believe in fake. don't believe in fake information, okay? Next, now let's look at the situation that are mentioned in the offer letter. Many people only remember the amount of 1 lakh, but they don't read the examples that follow. The offer letter explains that this section is connected to leaving during the probation period, and then gives the examples of situations it refers to. One example is leaving the company before completing the probation period. Another example mentioned is not completing the training successfully. That means the offer letter also includes examples such as leaving for higher studies, leaving for higher or living for higher studies, another job, or another training opportunity during the probation period. It also mentions situations involving misconduct, refusal to follow company orders or policies, absence, or an unsatisfactory response during the probation period as examples connected. And is this, don't just read the one sentence, read the entire sections carefully because the company explains the context around this clause. If anything is unclear, don't rely on WhatsApp messages or any random social media post. Contact the companies and send them official mail and ask for the clarification. That's the way you will understand exactly what applies to your own offer letter. So, before taking any decision, read the complete document carefully. So, that's all for part 1 of this series. In this video, we understand the basic details of the Infosys offer letter, why the company provides training and the 1 lakh compensation clause. I hope this explanation helped you understand these important sections better. In part 2, we will continue with the remaining sections of the offer letter. We will discuss probation, salary structure, performance, incentives, and employee benefits, leave policy, and many other important points mentioned in the documents. If you found this video is helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the part 2. Till then, take care.